and a warm welcome to all of you to the Economic Times Asian Business Leaders Conclave 2022. While it's in its sixth edition, I'd like to welcome you all as we come together to participate in a very pertinent theme around Asia 2020-2030, Roadmap for Growth in Post-Pandemic Asia. Now, while I do understand that for the last 2 years, thanks to the pandemic, we managed to have a little bit of a pause button on growth temporarily, bringing down the momentum that Asia has been acquiring since the last decade. And why? Because we all believe that Asia is known as the continent of contrast, owing to its diversity, or for that matter, languages, landscape, and lifestyle. And in fact, in a short time as well, Asia has become a hub for innovation, with each day, almost everyone around the world being touched by Asian technology. With that, what we're going to do is set the tone directly in the form of our panel discussion, because our panelists will be all set to share their thought around, again, a very, very important topic, which is to do with rebooting the Asian economy post-pandemic expansion in terms of challenges and opportunities for businesses.
So while it's impossible to accurately estimate what the economic losses had been globally, with the pandemic around it, but a University of Cambridge study in 2020 had stated that if pandemic was left unchecked, it will cost the global economy over $82 trillion over the next 5 years. And we have seen that the economies have been across the world, has been hit hard by the pandemic. But when we look at Asia, the picture is slightly different in Asia. How the growth momentum in Asia can be sustained, what the expansion strategies can be, what are the opportunities for both businesses and investors, and what are the challenges that the businesses must overcome? And with that, let me go across to our distinguished speakers to get their views as well.
One of the few differentiators where Asia is showing up like this is fundamentally around few areas is about how the demographics are in this part of the world, and how each of the countries within Asia is throwing up different kind of potential given the demographic dividend. This is a much more younger part of the world. If you really look at Asian countries, the consumption patterns in these countries are different than some of the other Western world countries. The other important area, and we can just discount pandemic for a while, but if I look at the larger Asian economy, it is also driven through a lot of infrastructural development and rapid urbanization in a lot of countries. Because with the acceleration of rapid urbanization, and also in some of the markets like India and Bangladesh, two countries specifically I can talk about, is the expansion is also into the smaller geographies of the countries. And that's really driving tremendous level of potential opportunities and growth.
I think what has emerged is that if you look at, let's take, for example, a country like India. I think we've had 25 unicorns which have come up in pandemic. I mean, that's a remarkable achievement. Those companies which adopted technology and were able to recognize technology across Asia grew very fast. The economies grew very fast. You could, for example, I know a lot of startups who took to marketing in a different way. So there has been a focus, there's been a shift in the way to do business. How business is done, that is shifted in the past 2 years.
Indonesia example, the increasing of business and trade investment, increasing of investment very important to boost development in the country, also, of course, for another country also, which our investment policy role as a component of national revenue income. In this point, we determine our investment in technology. Of course, we are also doing for the agricultural business also. Then we are very strong to establishment for doing investment in the type of equity funding.
We do see that Singapore, we are a really small country. We are a really small city as compared to Indonesia, as compared to India. We do not have any resources, and we have to see flights coming in. We have to see trade going in order for Singapore to grow, in order to attract talent, in order to attract investments, in order to attract even venture tax as well. So I think this is Singapore's strategy in getting back to recovery. a good strategy, high vaccination rate, and pushing towards the endemic phase. I think we're all striving towards there.
What we're going to do now is actually move ahead with the felicitation of the Asia's promising business leaders. And while we do that, first up, we're going to give it a beautiful start with the unveiling of the coffee table book for all of you. This coffee table book is the Economic Times 6th edition of Asia's Promising Business Leaders Coffee Table Book.
I would like to thank Economic Times for recognizing me as one of the most promising business leaders of Asia for the year 21-22.
Hi, I'm Vivek Chopra, Director Air Freight for Cluster India Subcontinent. I'm happy and honored to be recognized as Asia's most promising business leader in 2021 by Economic Times.
It's an honor and a privilege to be recognized by Economic Times.
On that note, let's move on and announce the next name that's being felicitated. Ladies and gentlemen, Karan Bhagat, Founder, Managing Director and CEO, IIFL Wealth and Asset Management.
Awards like these really motivate the industry players to keep working hard.
It's a privilege to be listed among Asia's promising business leaders. Thank you, Economic Times, for this opportunity.
I think that the landscape of the mutual fund industry has dramatically altered due to two things. One is the rise of the millennials into the market. The young, thanks to the pandemic, had a lot of time on their hands, and with disposable income, they have entered the market and altered the dynamic in such a way that mutual funds today have dominated the FIIs. So domestic-oriented factors have changed the landscape tremendously.
The key pillars for Shekhar's success in India has been people. It has been the customers who are center of our strategic solutions, and to achieve that, the thing what we look at is again, we look at people, we look at digitization or automation, and we look at solutions and innovation. These has been one of the key factors for our success. When we talk about people, we imbibe a culture in our organization that gives a positive energy to our staff, to our people. That has been a very, very important thing to make them valued, make them appreciated, and that is one of the reasons that we have got the second time, a Great Place to Work award, which says a volume about how we really work along with our people. Another key factor has been the automation, digitization, which has been one of the key factors. Last 2 years, people working from home, we made sure that from an infrastructure point of view, from an apps point of view, we are connected with all our apps to make sure that the solutions, what we give it to the customer, whether they are doing a track and trace, whether they are they want a quote, how the shipments can be moved, it can be done even if the staff is working from home. When we talk about the solutions part of it, that again has been one of the USP of Shekhar India. We were the only operator or a freight forwarder who brought us in a scheduled operation as an airline. We brought a freighter which started operating from Bombay to Europe and to US, and then we started another flight which was Bangalore into Europe and to US. And the idea of bringing those flights was because in COVID, the flight stopped, but we still needed to give solutions to our customers, and that is how it all started.
Kone is the leading elevator and escalator brand globally and in India, and we attribute our position to not just one but many factors. Firstly, our teams are our greatest assets. They are a competitive advantage. Our team truly follows our values of care, collaboration, customer, and courage. The business really does well if our people are happy, and happy people lead to happy customers. Secondly, we work very closely with our customers, constantly upgrading their user experience. Our team knows that our primary job is to make our customers successful, because if they are successful, we will be successful. Thirdly, we are highly agile. As customers' needs and market scenarios change, we change with them. We are constantly innovating to develop cutting-edge products and moving into new markets. In fact, innovation has been Kone's hallmark. We've been one of the world's most innovative companies as per Forbes multiple times, and we're very proud of this fact.
When we started in 2004, we actually worked upon our brand architecture to have a company which is actually into wellness. So that's the reason around about 17 years ago, we started focusing on wellness when wellness factor was not so high in India. And over the years, with the growing pattern of change of people becoming more conscious about health, that's what has helped Vestige to actually grow at a CAGR of 30% in the last 17 years, primarily because we were there at the right time. And with the vision that we want to be a wellness company, it actually helped to make our brand really grow all across India. There has been a steady rise in organic products with growing awareness of people that they should be consuming products which are organic and which are free from chemicals. Vestige has done phenomenal amount of work in this. If I talk about all our products are natural, right? And all our new products, what we are launching are of organic of nature, and especially we are based upon Ayurveda and Indian, traditional medicine and wisdom combined with modern science. So we are definitely looking at our newer product launches to be organic too. And that's the promise which we want to take all across the world, like coming from India, based upon Ayurveda and products which are organic and acceptable to the world. As our vision says, to help people live a life of economic independence, and that too on their own terms. With our training programs and the unique products what we offered, our distributors, our direct sellers have been able to market them very effectively, and our CAGR for last 17 years has been 30%, which is a proof that direct selling model has been able to actually overcome the threat which may be offered by modern retail or by e-commerce also. And that's the reason we are continuing to flourish. And with the innovations, what we provide, we'll definitely be staying over and above the modern trend.
So the OTT industry is rife with digital innovation and transformation with each passing year. And this evolution will continue to see resulting in futuristic technology. With more than 2 billion subscriptions expected by 2025, OTT industry will continue to find new business models with convergence, venture into things like esports, gaming, AVOD, all of which is aimed at higher engagement and increased profitability. The good news is, in the middle of all of this technology changes, consumers will sit at center stage like never before in history.
As we move ahead, we are focusing around how financial sector can play a very important role. And this is where we call about the green transformation in Asia. And we will be gathering thoughts from Rajiv Kannan, Managing Executive Officer, Deputy Head, Asia Pacific, Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation.
Financial sector always has an important role to play in any form of transformation, be it GDP development or economic development or even inclusion. And in terms of the green transformation, which is a key topic for not just Asia, but globally, I believe financial sector has a very important role to play. So let me move on to the first slide, which is essentially giving a perspective of how this all started. When we think about green transformation, I think the most important point is impact. How can banks or financial institutions make an impact? Which is, when we think about impact, there are two parts of the impact. One is a positive impact, and the second is to reduce negative impact. When we talk about reducing negative impact, it's essentially trying to reduce the amount of funds we provide to sectors which are carbon heavy, sectors which create pollution, sectors which are not sustainable. And when we think about positive impact, it is actually to create sources of energy, for example, which actually are carbon neutral or carbon positive. In the context of volumes, I think, for example, in 2021, green and ESG loans constituted almost $90 billion. And this is basically still a small part of the global pool. For example, globally, I think there was about $512 billion of green and ESG loans which were done during the course of 2021. But if I look on a year-on-year basis, as I said, it's been growing quite exponentially. So it is almost 150% of the previous year. 2021 marked a very key trend in this regard because it was also during a COVID period where increasingly people felt they have to accelerate their focus on sustainability. And we could see the volumes growing much more significantly. This slide summarizes some of our already awards which we've got. But again, we are not going to rest on our laurels. Our focus is on continuing to deliver our commitment to this space and supporting our clients.
Minda Corporation Limited keep grip on the industry and continue learning globally and domestic industry trend. And we also engage with the customer at early development stage with them, whether it is ICE or whether EV. And the end customer requirement for the features is increasing. Now the entry segment car end user is seeing that all those features which is coming in high-end passenger vehicles, they wanted to have that features in the low segment car with the lesser cost. We at Minda Corporation Limited has set up our Spark Minda Technical Center to develop the product with frugal engineering like smart key, TFT cluster, etc. And we have built our competency to do it from concept to realization. I also feel that the demand from the young generation require the attractive design. And at SMIT, we are also investing in our design center to cater the customer requirement considering the young generation. We are also introducing various technological product for new age mobility like antenna, telematics, ITS, ADAS, sensors, lightweighting products, etc.
At GABS for the last 5 years, we've implemented a fairly detailed AI program, and we've created the Zero Incident Framework, which is our ZIF tool, which is providing a zero downtime for the infrastructure in any large companies. We're working with IIT Madras, and the algorithm that we use, which is reinforcement learning, is a leading edge AI technology, and we're very proud of what it can provide with almost a 99.9% uptime for a whole host of companies that we're working with.
Products, platform, and processes remain at the core of our clients' delivery. As time has gone by, culture, innovation on the product side, evolution of new asset classes, as well as ensuring an employee-centric culture with employees owning a large part of the business have remained fundamentals to us becoming a modern wealth manager. As we go forward and keep building our assets under management, we continue to be trendy with the times, but at the same point, remaining stable to the core.
I think India has progressed a lot in the last 3 to 4 years. And today, India is one of the top 5 nations when it comes to the number of people in crypto. WazirX is different in the sense we were one of the first to help build the whole crypto ecosystem by way of education, by ensuring that we spread the right information about crypto. We listen to our users, we build the right kind of features that our users expect. And end of the day, I think building trust was one of the most key differentiators that WazirX has brought to the crypto sector in India.
Over the years, the auto industry has gone through several changes with trends like digitalization and electrification, and with the integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning, the automotive industry is vastly transforming. The scope for keeping the driver and the passenger engaged through the journey has increased multifold. To enable this, high-performance computers are employed for handling complex functions that can take decisions in a fraction of a second. Intelligent vehicles have the capability to imitate human functions and decisions. This mobility is transforming, and we at Continental make the mobility happen.
In today's world, with exponential growth in cloud, it's really brought NetApp to the forefront in the marketplace. The strategy that NetApp had of partnering with hyperscalers is really paying off. What NetApp has done is to bring the on-prem experience of data management to the cloud. And what it really means is that customers get features like storage efficiency, the same performance, the same scalability, and even things like mirroring, tiering, snapshot, etc. And that really makes customers' life very easy.
Primarily, we have built, philosophical or emotional communication with our consumer rather than being, just transactional, which means we are not speaking about just the price or product features. We are trying to connect with, or maybe trying to create a sound which probably a user can connect with. So our philosophy and our motive about the communication is, is to connect with youth with the messaging of listen to the noise within, because, we all are pollinated by the different opinions and different voices around us.
We are a cloud hosting service provider and we are an end-to-end digital transformation service provider to our customers. So we are not into any commodity business, and that's the reason we do not have any apple-to-apple competitor in the market. You cannot compare ESDS directly with anyone else in the market. In infrastructure as a service, it's not just plain vanilla infrastructure as a service, but we understand customers' business problem. We take a complete solution to them. If it is a bank, we give them a paper transaction billing model, paper branch billing model. For others, we have got paper consumption billing model. So we have got very unique business offerings. We've got very unique billing models for different sets of customers. And in India, when we are there to support our customers, you have to take a complete solution to the customers. You just cannot go and tell a customer to buy one thing and then rest of the things of that customers do not work. We take end-to-end ownership of giving a complete digital transformation experience to our customers.
I am humbled and grateful to be recognized as one of the most promising business leaders of Asia 2022 by the Economic Times.
Thank you, Economic Times. I'm extremely honored to receive the most promising business leaders of Asia 2021-22 from a big brand like Economic Times.
Thank you, everyone. I'm so overwhelmed to be here among you. I thank the Economic Times for facilitating me as one of the Economic Times' most promising leaders of Asia 2021-22.
I want to thank Economic Times for this recognition as promising leaders for Asia for the year 21-22. Much gratitude. Thank you so much again.
This honor is not only mine, but shared by each and every person of the entire Spark Minda Group.
Hi, I am Piyush Somani. I am the Chairman and Managing Director of ESDA Software Solution Limited. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the jury members at Economic Times for recognizing and rewarding me as the Economic Times Asia's Promising Business Leader of 2021-2022.